Often, things look the same. Exactly the same. Until you take a closer look. At Medicare.gov, you can easily compare Medicare plans and see the real difference. Find a plan that offers you more or saves money. Wouldn't that be nice? Plans change every year. So can your health. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Compare now at Medicare.gov.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Save big on your automotive needs. Now at Menards. Get superior engine protection with Valvoline Daily Protection Motor Oil. It's formulated with advanced additives for year-round engine protection. Pick up a quart for just $3.99. Don't forget to stock up on Duracell copper top batteries. They're dependable with a long-lasting 10-year storage guarantee. A 24-pack of AA or AAA batteries is only $14.99. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Straight ahead, helping homeless people meet their needs. We'll learn about today's Stuff a Truck event in Rhinelander.
Plus, the top Wisconsin Republican met with the January 6th committee. We'll hear about what Robin Voss discussed.
And another court setback for student debt relief. We'll have the details as your local news starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Dan Hagan, Jessica Jukic, and Jeff Weller.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 6. I'm Dan Hagan.
And I'm Jessica Jukic. As temperatures get colder, life gets more dangerous for people without a home.
Nath Frederick Place in Rhinelander is a safe haven for homeless people. Today, the nonprofit brought back an annual tradition to meet the needs of their residents. News Watch 12's Kyle Pazorski stopped by today's Stuff a Truck campaign and has more.
Well, thanks, Dan and Jessica. Today, a SUV was provided by Rhinelander GM for Frederick Place. Staff there then invited the community to stuff the vehicle with donated essentials. Essentials that Frederick Place relies on to give a hand to local homeless people.
You make me smile. Thank you very much. You have a great day.
It's become a holiday tradition. Nath Frederick Place's annual Stuff a Truck donation drive.
It's just a chance to do something good, connect with the community, and share a little, little Christmas joy.
The one-day event gathers everything from toilet paper to postage stamps to provide essentials to the shelter.
Our hope by the end of the day is we have filled many different loads of Stuff the Truck.
Doug Nelson moved to the Northwoods several years ago, realizing a need to help out community members who are struggling with housing insecurity, taking to volunteering at the shelter.
There's people that sometimes go below the safety net, and we are there as a community to help.
Helping is in the nonprofit's DNA, which continues its commitment to ending and preventing homelessness. However, Frederick Place also works to stay self-sufficient.
We have to be able to provide for the needs of the house, so the budget is more than just offering a bed and a shower.
Fundraisers and drives like Stuff a Truck help the group in many ways.
We provide them an opportunity for counseling, for job training, for job searching, and they proactively need to help and find a way to get back on their feet.
The drive goes until 6 tonight, so if you're seeing this, there's still time to help out. Of course, the shelter is always in need of supplies. You can make a monetary donation by visiting their website, nathnorthwoods.com.
It's a cool and windy day out there today.
Yeah, less windy today. Wind gusts yesterday near 45, today near 25, but it's still kind of cool out there.
Yeah, and I'm noticing some of the lakes are starting to freeze.
Yes, light winds last night and low temperatures down near 1 this morning will do that. Out there now, it's not as cold, though. Current temperatures are hanging out in the mid-20s. That's an improvement, right? Tonight, we'll have low temperatures down in the upper teens, so we're getting better because we're kicking in a south wind out there right now, and that's going to give temperatures a boost into the upper 30s to low 40s tomorrow. Until then, though, lows in the teens tonight. Right now, the winds out of the southeast are on 10 to 15. So again, not as windy as it was yesterday, but still a bit breezy, making things feel a bit colder outside. As the clouds are increasing out there now, and clouds are like a blanket in the atmosphere. They keep the heat down. So overall, we'll have increasing clouds tonight. And then this guy gets in here later on tomorrow night. That's a cold front, and that's going to bring us a little bit of light snow tomorrow evening, and then some much colder temperatures on Saturday. Our forecast going forward, though, shows that front approaching for us this evening. So no problems tonight, no problems throughout the day tomorrow, but tomorrow evening, we're talking some light snow, probably less than an inch of snow across our region. Our forecast tonight, then, partly cloudy skies to mostly clear skies and not as cold, with low temperatures down near 21. Your full forecast coming up. Dan, Jessica.
Park Falls Mayor Michael Boblik announced he will not seek re-election in the spring. Boblik has served as mayor for 4 years. He told WJFW that the time seems right for him to try something new. He will be finishing his master's degree in environmental science and policy from UW Green Bay in December and wants to see what opportunities are out there for him after graduating. Boblik said he's proud of his efforts to redevelop parts of the downtown, begin housing projects, and bring a YMCA to Park Falls. He's also proud of his work trying to revamp the city's paper mill, even if the results were not what he was hoping for. Mayoral candidates must hand in 50 signatures to the city clerk by January 4th to appear on the spring ballot.
The city of Rhinelander is considering raising rates for its taxi service and will hold a public hearing this month to discuss the potential change. Right now, the cost is $4 for adults and $3 for seniors or people with disabilities. Those fares have not changed in years. The city is proposing raising each of those fares by $1.25. That increase would mean the taxi service would run at less of a deficit on the city budget. The public hearing will happen on Tuesday, December 27th at 6 p.m. in the City Council chambers. When asked about the fare increase, Alderperson Stephen Jopek expressed some reservations, saying it could impact some of the city's most vulnerable residents. He encouraged taxi service users to attend that public hearing.
The House Select Committee probing the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol questioned Wisconsin Assembly Speaker Robin Vos Wednesday. Vos released a statement saying he had no involvement with the attack on that day, where protesters tried to prevent the handover of presidential power from Trump to Joe Biden. Vos added his meeting was brief and he answered questions about his state's 2020 presidential election. The Republican had tried to sue the panel previously in an attempt to block his subpoena.
Governor Tony Evers outperformed Mandela Barnes in every Wisconsin county during the midterm election. According to NBC News political analysis, Evers received more than 48,000 votes than Barnes. Evers even topped Barnes in his stronghold of Milwaukee, where he grew up, by more than 2,400 votes. Evers outperformed Barnes in the highest margins in Crawford, Lafayette, and Pepin counties. Barnes lost to incumbent Senator Ron Johnson by 1% of the vote. Milwaukee County had the highest total number of votes cast in Wisconsin. A 10-year-old boy who shot and killed his 44-year-old mother last week in Milwaukee is being charged with first-degree homicide as an adult.
According to a criminal complaint, the boy was allegedly mad at his mom for waking him up early and not letting him have something on Amazon. Madison Goldbeck has more on this. We should warn you, some of the details outlined by police may be upsetting.
It's still a surprise when there's a shooting around. Usually it's a quiet neighborhood.
Steve Frisch has lived near 87th and Hemlock for more than 2 decades. His quiet neighborhood was shaken up last week after police say a 10-year-old boy killed his mother. Frisch described the family as average.
He just asked me how I'm doing and stuff like that.
According to a criminal complaint, the boy originally told police he accidentally shot his mom when he was twirling the gun, but the next day the family called police with serious concerns. They say the boy told his aunt he was actually aiming the gun at his mother. According to detectives, the boy said he got the gun because he was mad at his mom for waking him up at 6 in the morning and that she would not allow him to order a virtual reality headset from Amazon. Police say the boy told them he got the gun by taking his mom's keys to the gun safe. He says he took up a shooting stance and that he wanted to shoot the wall to scare her, but she walked in front of him. Family told the police the boy had, quote, rage issues all his life, and at 4 years old picked up a puppy by its tail and swung it around until it whined in pain. The criminal complaint states that 6 months ago, the 10-year-old filled a balloon with flammable liquid and set it on fire, which caused a sectional and carpet in their home to catch fire. A sibling told police the 10-year-old was meeting with a therapist who gave him a concerning diagnosis that led his mother to place cameras inside their home. The cameras were unplugged 2 weeks ago. A family member told police, quote, they felt bad for not stepping in earlier because they knew that eventually something bad was going to happen. This morning, we asked Mayor Kevlar Johnson about the charges the 10-year-old is facing.
Anytime there's violence that happens in Milwaukee, whether it's committed by somebody who's 10 years old or much older than that, that gives me pause. I don't want to see anybody hurt or lose their life. lives in the city. In this particular case, I don't have the details just yet. This is something that is just coming to my attention just this morning.
The Biden administration says it expects migrant crossings at the U.S. southern border to double when Title 42 ends in 3 weeks. The controversial Trump-era public health policy gives U.S. authorities more latitude in turning away undocumented migrants trying to cross the border. The Department of Homeland Security is projecting an influx of between 9,000 to 14,000 migrants per day. Right now, U.S.-Mexico border encounters range between 6,000 and 7,000 a day. Top U.S. officials are considering drastic measures, including barring some asylum seekers and surging prosecutions of illegal border crossings.
The Biden administration was dealt another setback in court in its effort to revive a student loan debt relief policy. A second federal appeals court rejected a bid to put on hold a ruling blocking the president's student debt relief policy. The court ruled Wednesday night that it would not pause a ruling from a Texas judge striking down the policy while an appeal of the ruling played out. They did not explain their reasoning for rejecting the Biden administration's request. About 26 million people had applied for student loan relief prior to the recent court decisions, with 16 million of those applications being approved. Federal student loan payments that had been paused during the COVID-19 pandemic were set to resume in January, but the administration again extended the pause period as legal battles continue. A community is shedding a light on mental health among law enforcement.
And construction on a new motor lodge in Tomahawk is underway. We'll have the details after Weather with Jeff right here on Newswatch 12.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Stone Innovations, Rhinelander and Plover.
Let's go Christmas shopping at Mel's. Find trusted outdoor brands for this season's activities. Get outside and spend time doing the sports you love. Cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, or ice fishing. Or enjoy casual sport clothing for all occasions. Mel's Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark.
Northwoods Firearms in Crandon. We sell anything freedom. Firearms, ammunition, parts, and accessories. We buy, sell, and trade all types of firearms. We specialize in custom-built rifles and fully equipped set-up hunting rifles. Silencer shop power dealer with kiosk. Factory trained and certified Cerakote applicator. We handle all types of firearms transfers as well as NFA weapon deals. Our focus is on you and delivering one-of-a-kind products. Embrace your freedom at Northwoods Firearms in Crandon.
Hi, I'm Dr. Justin Scherer, DC with the Spinal Aid Center of Wausau. Are you one of the millions of people suffering with the symptoms of peripheral neuropathy? Your symptoms may include numbness and tingling in your feet or hands, difficulty sleeping from leg or foot discomfort, and debilitating balance problems. I have good news for you. You can now get relief with our breakthrough treatment method without the use of drugs or surgery. Our treatments help to heal damaged nerves that cause peripheral neuropathy. If left untreated, you may eventually end up with a walker or wheelchair, so don't delay. Call our office now to schedule an appointment to see if our treatment methods are right for you. We will do a painless neuropathy severity exam to determine the amount of nerve loss. If you qualify for our treatment, it can truly change your life. Start living your life pain-free. Call today.
Let's go Christmas shopping at Mel's. Find trusted outdoor brands for this season's activities. Get outside and spend time doing the sports you love. Cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, or ice fishing. Or enjoy casual sport clothing for all occasions. Mel's Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark.
A bit cool out there this morning with low temperatures down near zero. In fact, look at these lows this morning across the area. 3 below in Phillips, 1 Arbor Vita, 1 in Rhinelander. We don't do this very often, but here we are this morning. It will not be this cold tonight because we're kicking the wind out of the south now and warmer temperatures are on the way. But we recovered nicely, right? 27 here in Rhinelander today, 29 for Antigo, almost 31 for Wausau. So that's what a south breeze will do in December. And we have even warmer temperatures on the way for us for tomorrow. tomorrow. Right now, the wind is out of the south-southeast around 10 to 20 miles per hour, so it's not as windy as it was yesterday, but we had wind gusts near 45 miles per hour yesterday. We don't do that every day, but today, wind gusts near 25, and tomorrow, it will not be as windy too. Okay, so there is somewhat warmer temperatures across the plains. Again, this is December. It's not hot anywhere, but here we are with temperatures in the 40s across the plains. That's part of the air moving our way for tomorrow for one day only. Then a cold front is going to come through tomorrow night. It is going to be a doozy of a cold front that will likely hold our high temperatures on Saturday back in the teens. The average high is now 32, even freezing. The average low is 16. 55 is a record high back in 1962, and the sun set earlier at 4:16. Going forward, though, are you ready? Here we go. So for tomorrow, 38-ish. A couple of you could easily do 40 tomorrow, but then look what happens, right? Here comes that cold front tomorrow night. 14 for a high on Saturday with a couple of snow flurries around. 24 for Sunday into Monday, then back down again Tuesday, Wednesday. So we're turning a bit of a corner now with well below average temperatures after tomorrow, with highs, a lot of highs in the teens into the middle portions of next week. All right, so out there today, we've had some partly cloudy skies, some mostly clear skies, to now mostly cloudy skies are out there. Remember, clouds are like a blanket in the atmosphere. They kind of hold the heat in, what little heat there is. So low temperatures tonight, not as cold as they were last night. And there is a system moving our direction. You can see it out to the west of us now. There is a cold front in here, an area of low pressure. It's not going to be a big deal for us, but we do got a little bit of snow on the way for tomorrow night into early parts of Saturday morning. Let's walk you through. So here comes that front now across the plains, the Dakotas. Here we go. It's going to swoop through later on tomorrow evening. This is 10 o'clock or so. So after sunset tomorrow, it'll be cold out there. Roads will be below freezing temperature-wise. Likely some slippery spots tomorrow night into the after midnight hours, and then drying out quickly into Saturday morning. The snow looks like this. So this is not going to be the big one. We're talking maybe a ½ inch to an inch of snowfall on the way. Again, late tomorrow evening into early parts of Saturday morning. So overall, if you're traveling tomorrow night, it's going to be Friday evening. If you're getting home late, there could be some light snow back in the area. All right, so our forecast then tomorrow, though, is clouding over with high temperatures back up near 40 to the north. Maybe a couple areas with low 40s across central Wisconsin for tomorrow. That's not normal for this time of the year. We're going to change that, though, quickly on Saturday, as we do have much colder temperatures on the way. Our forecast then tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy skies. Still breezy out there with low temperatures down near 21. For tomorrow, it's Friday. Oh, it's Friday finally, right? Mostly cloudy and windy out there. High temperatures near 38. Will feel colder because of that gusty south wind. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwest Furniture and Mattress shows tomorrow is a warmer day, 38. Back in the teens for a high on Saturday. Sunday back in the 20s, and Monday as well. Maybe some light snow back in the forecast on Monday afternoon. Dan and Jessica.
Thank you, Jeff. In years past, trail riders would have to take a hike and to get out to the trails in Harrison Hills and Lincoln County.
But that won't be a problem for much longer. Construction on the Tomahawkin Motor Lodge is underway. Starting on the outside this fall, they are transforming a former gas station into a high-end motel for trail riders. Brian Boma owns his own construction company and decided to make this place a destination.
I just want to make this a little more of a hub, because it already is. People are coming through. You've got your own up north vibe, but you're going to be able to stay at a motor lodge.
It sits off Highway County B across from the winding Trail Bar and Grill along the local trails. The lot includes lots of parking for trucks and trailers, using this as their home away from home.
Keeping this the small town feel, but also giving somebody a legitimate place to eat, stay, and enjoy themselves.
The resort will welcome ATV, UTV riders all summer and snowmobilers in the winter months. Most of the exterior is completed on the original building, where 3 suites will sit, and the structure inside is coming together. Boma expects to open the getaway late next spring. The death of an Eau Claire area sheriff is shedding attention on mental health issues among members of the law enforcement community.
The family of a former sheriff is joining forces with law enforcement community and mental health experts after the sheriff took his own life earlier this year after working in law enforcement for more than 4 decades. Daniel Gomez explains how authorities are working to change the work culture and making mental health a priority.
Suicide is hard to talk about. It's difficult. In this situation, we have a prominent public figure.
Law enforcement officials from both the city and county officially announced how the late Sheriff Ron Kramer died. Our family suffered a great loss with Ron's untimely passing.
We can only imagine how many tragic and horrific scenes Sheriff Kramer responded to in 47 years of service.
Holly Hakes owns a mental wellness private practice that has worked with the Eau Claire County Sheriff's Office for many years now, but she says more could always be done.
Providing mental health supports in law enforcement wasn't always something that we knew to do such a good job with. Well, I think part of the reason it happens has got to do with mental health stigma. But in law enforcement, I think it's something that has been particularly burdensome.
Acting County Sheriff Corey Shalinsky announced a plan at Wednesday's press conference.
We have implemented yearly wellness visits for each staff member where they meet with a mental health professional.
It sounds like kind of a scary thing, like you're forced to go talk to this mental health person, but it's important to keep the scope of it in mind.
Hakes says she takes an educational approach to mental wellness.
Knowing what happens in your brain when you're exposed to a traumatic scene and understanding how it might burden you down the road is super important.
Still, in the end, why anyone makes a decision to take their own life is not always known. That is the sentiment Acting Sheriff Shalinsky, who worked closely with late Sheriff Kramer over the years, shares.
We do not know the reason for his decision, but we will always know what he meant to this community and what the community meant to him.
We hope you finally remember Ron's loving demeanor, sense of humor, and that you carry those memories with you.
Some lion cubs have been saved from Ukraine and have a new home in the Midwest.
Plus a major shakeup in the college football playoff system. We'll be right back.
It's the last chance for Furniture and Appliance Mart's Black Friday appliance sale. Save on this GE electric range stove in white or black, now only $7.99. Plus 60-month special financing with no minimum purchase. Happening now at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Protecting the people and businesses in our community is our highest priority. Our combined 126 years of history connects you to some of the best carriers in the business, like Auto Owners Insurance. Together, Klinner and Meyer Insurance bring even more expertise and more ways to protect you, all with the same unwavering support and a single commitment, protecting what matters most in your world. Together, we are Klinner Insurance. Your world protected.
At Batteries Plus, we power family road trips. We power bedtime stories. We power our local hospitals. We power connections with friends. We do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives. How powerful is that? Need a phone fixed? We got it. Get powered in-store, curbside, and at batteriesplus.com.
Since 1985, Lee Ayers Jewelers in Stevens Point has built its reputation on service. Adore amazing custom jewelry by nationally acclaimed artist Thomas Daling. Trust in our expert jewelry repair by Dan Zier. Both assisted by renowned Greg Austin. Enjoy a stress-free experience from our thoughtful and caring assistants, Glenda, Eve, Andrea, and Bridget. For service beyond compare, go to Lee Ayers Jewelers, downtown Stevens Point.
It's the last chance for Furniture and Appliance Mart's Black Friday appliance sale. Save on this GE electric range stove in white or black, now only $7.99. Plus 60-month special financing with no minimum purchase. Happening now at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Critics of the NCAA football playoffs are finally getting their wish. The CFP board announced it will expand from 4 teams to 12 teams beginning in the 2024-25 season. Earlier this year, the board voted in favor of this expansion, but for it to start in 2026. However, the College Football Management Committee asked for it to happen sooner. The national championship game for that postseason will be in Atlanta in January of 2025 and in Miami the following year.
4 lion cubs rescued from war-torn Ukraine arrived at their new home in Sandstone, Minnesota today. The young cubs are between 4 and 5 months old and were born in a breeding facility in Ukraine, an orphan during the ongoing war with Russia. The cubs were flown in from Poland on Tuesday, where they've been getting care for the past 3 weeks. The Wildcat Sanctuary in Sandstone and the International Fund for Animal Welfare partnered to give the animals a better life. Their arrival marks the final step in the long journey after surviving bombings and drone attacks in Ukraine. Stick around. We'll be back with one final check of the forecast.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Furniture and Appliance Mart.
The industry-first 2-in-1 removable agitator from Whirlpool gives you 2 ways to wash. Jeans, in. Sweaters, out. Towels, in. Comforters, out. You decide. Whirlpool.
Accurate Appliance, located at 143 State Street in downtown Medford.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up. This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer on select Ford vehicles. Choose a vehicle in stock or simply place a custom order. Lock in your rate and you're protected, even if rates go up before your order comes in. Thank you so much. And that's how Ford is helping you. I'm proud of you, kid. Shine bright. This season, choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% financing for 66 months at your local Ford dealer. And shine bright.
Many things have changed over the past 50 years, but one thing has remained the same. Bone & Joint's dedication to providing high-quality care, helping people throughout Wisconsin move better with less pain. Whether you need orthopedic, sports medicine, spine, pain management, podiatry, or physical therapy services, you can count on Bone & Joint's experienced providers to lead the way. Call us and make your appointment today. Bone & Joint, keeping lives in motion for over 50 years.
I'm gonna get you! Stop chasing your sister!
Making things better is kind of your thing.
Right up.
There you go, kid. But when Medicare has you stumped, it's hard to know how to make it better.
Maybe I can help.
Security Health Plan. Medicare coverage you want, value you need, service you love.
The Internet of Things is evolving, creating the Internet of You. And Spectrum, America's leading internet provider, is bringing you seamless connectivity across all your devices. Introducing Spectrum One, Spectrum Internet with speeds of 300 megabits for smoother surfing, streaming, gaming, and more. Advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy on all your devices. And one line of Spectrum Mobile with unlimited talk, text, and data and nationwide 5G included. Get it all for just $49.99 a month. Call 833-882-4999.
The industry-first 2-in-1 removable agitator from Whirlpool gives you 2 ways to wash. Jeans, in. Sweaters, out. Towels, in. Comforters, out. You decide. Whirlpool.
Accurate Appliance, located at 143 State Street in downtown Medford.
Shout out to Rhinelander High School bowlers Maggie, Hudson, Marshall, and Whitley. They all qualified to compete at the Special Olympics Bowling State Competition on Saturday at Dale's Weston Lanes. Congratulations.
Well, best of luck to all of them. And it's kind of bowling season, right, Jeff, with the weather turning the way it is?
We can bowl frozen turkeys. The ice is freezing on the lakes. All sorts of stuff happening out there now. The weather today, better, right? Temperatures were a bit warmer. Still not hot, but, you know, it's warmer today. Tomorrow, though, it's going to be a nice day up near 40, followed by some really cold air getting in here on Saturday. Right now, though, the wind is not as windy as it was yesterday. We have wind gusts out of the southeast now, around 10 to 15 miles per hour. That's giving us temperatures in the 20s and a couple of 30s out there as well. Now, tomorrow, all of us will be in the 30s throughout the afternoon, but then a cold front comes through tomorrow night, maybe an inch of snow late tomorrow evening, followed by much cooler temperatures on Saturday, high temperatures in the low to mid-teens on Saturday afternoon.
And we need this freezing